you've listened to a long and complex case, murder in the first degree. It's now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy. One man is dead. Another man's life is at stake. You're faced with a grave responsibility. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, are we ready? Now, all those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's 11 guilty. All those voting not guilty? 1. Right. 11 guilty, 1 not guilty. Well, now we know where we are.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
Oh, what are we doing now?
I guess we talk. We're talking about somebody's life here. We can't decide it in 5 minutes, supposing we're wrong.
Supposing we're wrong. Supposing this whole building should fall down on my head. You can suppose anything.
That's right.
Well, look, maybe this is an idea. Now, I haven't given it much thought, but it seems to me that it's up to the group of us to convince this gentleman that he's wrong and we're right. Now, maybe if we each took a couple of minutes just to... Well, it was just a quick idea.
No. That's a good one. Suppose we go once around the table. I guess you're first.
Well, it's hard to put into words. I just think he's guilty. I thought it was obvious from the word go.
These are facts. You can't refute facts. The kid is guilty. I'm just as sentimental as the next fella. I know he's only 18, but he's still got to pay for what he did.
I don't know. It's all been said. We can talk here forever. It's still the same thing.
All right, I don't have anything brilliant. I only know as much as you do. According to testimony, the boy looks guilty. Maybe he is. I sat there in court for 6 days listening while the evidence built up. Everybody sounded so positive, you know. I began to get a peculiar feeling about this trial. I mean, nothing is that positive. Okay, let's get to the point. What about the switch knife they found in the old man's chest?
Wait a minute. There's some people who haven't talked yet. Shouldn't we go in order?
They'll get a chance to talk. Just be quiet a second, will you? What about it? The knife this fine, upright boy admitted buying the night of the killing. Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get it in here and look at it. I'd like to see it again, Mr. Foreman.
What actually happened is this. The boy stayed home, had another fight with his father, stabbed him to death, and left the house at 10 minutes after 12. He even remembered to wipe the knife and clean the fingerprints. Take a look at this knife. It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it. Neither had the storekeeper who sold it to the boy. Aren't you asking us to accept a pretty incredible coincidence?
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible. And I say it's not possible.
Where did that come from? It's the same night.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
You what?
You heard me.
Sure. Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch. For this kid, you bet I would. I feel sorry for you. What it must feel like to want to pull the switch. Ever since you walked into this room, you've been acting like a self-appointed public avenger. You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist. Kill him out! You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you? You think he's guilty?
I think he's guilty.
You?
No. I'm convinced. Not guilty.
What's the matter with you?
I have a reasonable doubt.
What do you want? I say he's guilty. You want to hear your arguments? I gave you my arguments. We're not convinced. We want to hear them again.
Parkins. You can't prove he didn't get to the door. Sure, you can take all the time, hobble around the room, but you can't prove it. Come on, this woman testified in open court. And what about hearing the kid yell? Huh? I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Here. Say something! I'm entitled to my opinion. Rotten kids, you work your life out. No. Not guilty. Not guilty.